Stocks simplified, profits multiplied. Welcome to the Apex Investor channel. This is the weekly update now. It's been a week since I've done an update video. The big loser of the day, though, for Friday, November the 5th, is DCPH, down 75%. The big winner of the day was ASRT, up 36%. Okay, we're going to look next at the trending stocks. Welcome back. Looking at the stocks, Merck is down almost 10%. IRNT is, look at that, 1122. Let's look at the weekly performance of these stocks, in particular IRNT. DWAC, I want to take a look and see how that's going. I haven't really checked in with that for a while. Coinbase is doing very well, 337. Man, wish I bought that and kept it, because I actually bought it at 200 something, 200, 220, something around there. But I didn't hold on to it because of other stocks like Metamaterials, AMC, and so on. But there's an argument to be made that diversification can be good if you can afford to diversify, that is. Metamaterials is at $4.99. They finished pretty well today. Take a look at their weekly performance. One stock I really want to look at is Clover as well. Lucid is up, making a killing. McAfee's up 20%. Wow. Canon is down. I think it's because China banned crypto. Gamestop, I've heard they were up overall in the week. We'll take a look at that. Bitcoin is at 61,000. We'll take a look at that, since it's been it's been a week since I've done a video. So I'm going to take a look at all of these. Not all of them, but the ones that really stand out to me. Clover, there you go, is Clover. MAC, what is that? Mace Rich. AMC is up. Still take a look at their weekly performance as well. Bed Bath and Beyond is up 11.9%. So McAffee really skyrocketed. That one they did identify as on Wall Street Bets. They identified McAffee as a really good play, and they were right. They were right. That's why I don't discount what is presented in Wall Street Bets. I take it with a grain of salt, but I also am open to the possibility that what is being said is correct. But you can't just accept it like the gospel. You have to be very, diligent and do your due diligence. So overall, my portfolio is not too low. I remember it was a lot lower last week, so it's like a recovery going on there. IRNT, let's still take a look at their performance this day, 1105 to 1185. In terms of the last 5 days, though, that's the question. It's a little bit tougher to pause the recordings for me. You got this microphone in front of your face, so it's going to take a little while longer just to let this load. Let me just pause it in the meantime using my mouse. Okay, we are back. So you can look at their weekly performance. They actually started off Monday really good. At IRNT did 1280. They dipped to 1166, then even down to 1164, but went up to 1285. I bought this around 1290, so it would have been a good idea to sell that maybe. I don't know. Support is looking like 10 to 11. In the last month, you can see that resistance is very much at 1625. They don't want this to go above 1625 because once it does, it'll go back up to 20 and 30. And support is looking like $10, $9 to $10 is your best bet. Yeah, 9 to 10 is really a sweet spot for the support levels for this, but it's showing signs of recovery. So that is good because I was wondering, is this ever going back? Is this ever going back to 20 and plus? And we almost saw it at 1634 on October 27th. And yeah, there's still life signs. There's still hope for IRNT. They gave the CEO of IRNT the great honor of opening the trading session, ringing the opening bell at New York Stock Exchange. So they aren't just some pump and dump or some, pipe dream. The DWAC was trading between 56 to 59 today. I want to take a look at their weekly performance and monthly performance. Okay, I've been saying that the support level is $45 for this, and we're getting really close to that. I was at 68 at the high this week. But yeah, this is really kind of stabilizing, if you could say that, between 59 to 60. Resistance is clearly at 100. To me, it's clear that it's 100, and support is looking like anywhere between 10 to 45, but I'd say even 20, 10 to 25. All right, next up, metamaterials, the darling of this channel. Okay, so bad news from Friday, where Facebook renamed themselves to Meta. There was a reaction, and the stock did go up to 540 as a reaction to that news because they weren't sure what was going on. So it did go up to 540, went all the way back down to 479, then just hovering around $5. So metamaterials is really stabilizing. This is good news. This is biting very well, looking very good for this company. Once we approach and we are approaching the dividend date, the expiry date, which is December 28th. That's in a month, less than 2 months from now. This stock is really going to explode, I predict. Not by the end of the year, but from that point and onwards, you're going to see a huge upswing, possibly getting to 20 and 40 into 2022 and beyond. Ironically, that's the name of this company, is Go Beyond Meta. Meta means go beyond. So this is going to really go meta into the metasphere. So yeah, that's the week for metamaterials. I want to look at MMTLP's week. Okay, so MMTLP, the metamaterials Torchlight preferred shares weekly performance, we can see was down almost $1 this week, 129, and went right up to $1.76 and actually finished closer to that at the end of the week. So yeah, support for this is looking like $1.10. But this is not a stock. This is a dividend, and you'll get what the dividend is worth, which is looking like at least 10, maybe 20. So open these news catalysts. The metamaterials had a pretty stable week. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't great, but it was a stable week. Canaan is up. Oh, I should say not Canaan. Yeah, this is Canaan, but they're not really up. I want to see what is going on with Canaan. Why did they skyrocket, but they dropped big time? So Motley Fool seems to have A little bit of information regarding why it's dropping. So I'm just going to pause the recording here. So Canon is one of the only Chinese stocks that I actually am bullish for and about, because it has everything to do with crypto. They make the Bitcoin mining machines. But since China cracked down, it looks like, well, it did go up to from 620, the 620 level, to as high as $9 this week, and $9.50 more recently. So this might recover. There's still hope for this stock, Canon. Why did it drop? I think that's the big question in my mind. So let's take a look at that news. See, why did it drop? It dropped 13% on Wednesday. It says the company announced second quarter financial results. Okay, just please bear with me as my computer loads all this stuff. Okay, it says here the world's top Bitcoin mining rig maker halts sales as clients flee. It says Bitmain Technologies Limited has suspended sales of machines for spot delivery globally, aiming to prop up local prices after crypto miners fleeing Beijing's crackdown dumped used mining rigs on the market. The world's biggest maker of Bitcoin machines told the local mining community Wednesday it has stopped selling new equipment after prices for top-tier rigs plunged by 75% since April. So in May, China's State Council called for a renewed crackdown on Bitcoin trading and mining activities. So Bitcoin's rival What's Miner are sold at $23. And then it says here, Canaan, a much smaller Bitmain competitor, said it would start to mine Bitcoin by itself. So why does Bitmain not have a ticker? They're a bigger company, but they're not being offered to be traded? That is really strange. Okay, so Canaan is a smaller rival to Bitmain, but they are publicly traded. Okay, we're going to look at Gamestop next. We've got a bunch to still look at. Hopefully there's not too much news going on. Gamestop, I want to finish this video before sunset. Okay, Gamestop. Let's look at their weekly performance. Just a little story. I went to GameStop this week, and I had pre-ordered a game, and I wanted to refund my money. They didn't issue me a refund. What they did was they gave me a gift card, and I thought, what the? Okay, well, I had to get something and not nothing. So I took it, but I'd rather just had received my cash or credit into my credit card, returned to my credit card. So the good news with the GameStop was the stock was down 186. That's not the good news. The good news is it surged on November the 3rd to $238. So are we seeing new levels of resistance and support? Let me take a look. Yeah, it looks like we are hitting levels of support at 140. 140 is looking like your support now. So if you want to buy this stock, GameStop is a really good buy, 140 to 150. And resistance, you're looking at 200, 220. 220 is your resistance in the near to short term, 220 to 230. That's not too bad. At least we have some kind of reference points going on there. All right, Bitcoin is next. I'm thinking of doing just weekly updates from now on. I've got a lot of things on my plate. just unless it's something massive, megaton announcement, I'm not really gonna cover too much of the stock market anymore. Unfortunately, it's just a lot going on in my life, so I won't be able to do daily videos as per has been the case the last, I don't know how many months now. So things are going to be changing on this channel. So, but I wish that I had more time and I had the opportunity to do daily videos, but I just don't anymore. So life is changing for me. So I just hope this channel, I will continue supporting it. I'll still post new content, but not as frequently as I once did. So that's the update for that. Bitcoin. Let's look at their monthly, I should say, weekly and monthly performance. Let me just give this a pause one more time. You know what? Screw Bitcoin. Bitcoin is to the moon. It's going to the moon. There's really no... You can't really trade Bitcoin. I mean, you can try. I mean, look at this range. 14,000 to 66,000. So you just buy it at whatever price you buy it. It's going to go to the moon. Like, that's Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not really a stock. It's only going to get more expensive. It's going to hit $1 million someday. Eventually, it's going to hit $1 million per Bitcoin. So let's look at Clover. Look at their weekly. Their weekly performance, 745 to as high as 793 this week. So no, they have not hit my support level of $7, which is what my entry point is $7. Looking at the last 6 months, yeah, I think $7 is really, that is your entry point. Resistance, you're looking at 14, 20. Just to be safe, you want to double your money, sell at 14. Why not? AMC. Okay, here we go. AMC. This stock has been banging, just like GameStop more recently. I think we can determine a new level of support and resistance, just as we did with GameStop. So let's let this load. Okay, change of plans. Are looking at Bed Bath & Beyond. We'll look at AMC later. It's just taking too long. So Bed Bath & Beyond this week was down from 1453 and peaked at 2236. So this is really exploding. I'm not sure why. Citron bullish call. Okay, so that's just somebody's forecast predicting higher, bigger and better things for Bed Bath & Beyond, not really due to fundamentals. It's just them predicting, a good outcome. 6 months, you can look at this entry point, Bed Bath & Beyond. It's hard to say. Let me look at the year. So the entry point is 14 to 15. That's your entry point for Bed Bath & Beyond, and your resistance points are... Oh man, that's a toughie. I'm going to say at least 44. Yeah, it was up at 40 and 50 respectively. But it did squeeze, so that is a squeeze. That's a squeeze resistance. It's not a normal resistance. But if you're really, an apex investor, you're going to wait for that 40, 50. But you can get this at 14, 15, a really good buy at that point, and yeah, we'll go right back up to 30. I think it's headed back to 30, but we'll see. We'll take a look at that. See what's in store for that. McAffee. Let's look at McAfee's chart. So while we're waiting for the McAfee chart to load, we're going to look at why is it going up so much. McAfee, it says here they're going private through a deal with buyout firms, Advent International Corporation and Permira, just over a year after it returned to the public markets. A deal could be announced within days and could value McAfee's equity at more than $10 billion. So what happens to shareholders? That is a big question. Shares close at 20%, up 20%. Total debt of $4 billion. So as to what will happen, I'm not sure if they're going to give them a dividend. I don't know what happens when a public company goes private after they're bought out. So that's going to be interesting to see. I have no holdings in this company, but the week's range, 52-week range, was 14 to 32. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. That's an interesting story that's unfolding with McAffee there. Okay, AMC's chart is refusing to load. Let me just try to get it to load. Okay, here's AMC's chart finally. So it was ranging between 35.92 to 43. So it peaked right when GameStop peaked as well. So that's interesting how they're still brothers in arms. The last 6 months, you can count on this. The support is $29, $29 to $30 for AMC. Resistance is looking like 50 then. So that's interesting. That's a new levels of support and resistance for both AMC and GME. However, I still stick to my guns. I do think that true support and true resistance are as according to what I presented in the stock portfolio for AMC, and GameStop will do that some other time. So it says Meta will be exhibiting and presenting at the AWE USA 2021, November 9th to 11th. So next week is going to be a very big week for the stock. Just let's keep an eye on that. That's going to be incredible when Facebook and Microsoft both present as well, I believe. Okay. It says here Meta's IP portfolio surpasses 200, their 200 patent goal, with a total of 247 patents. Okay, I think that's it for this week. We'll look at Reddit on the weekend. My time is being cut short right now. Thank you very much, everybody, for your support for this channel. I appreciate it very much. God bless you all. God bless your investments, and have a great weekend.